Welcome to Live Interactive English. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sam.
How are you feeling today, Sam?
Oh, you know, a little bit off.
A little off. Not
yes.
so good, not quite right. A little bit sick, ill.
Yes.
Something like that.
But just only because I was in the car not too long ago.
I see.
And it was kind of rainy outside, and I just was feeling a little, I'll be fine in a little bit though.
Okay, so this might just be from the car ride.
I think so.
You might have a touch of car sickness.
Oh,
that does happen. Let me ask you a question. When you were in the car, were you reading on your phone? Were you texting or reading articles or something?
Yes, I was.
I thought so. That is a common cause of car sickness, or as we call it here in our article for today and tomorrow, motion sickness. Really just feeling not good when you're in some kind of moving machine.
Yes, yes. And that's something that I think a lot of people have experienced, maybe when you were in a car, maybe when you were on an airplane, or
plane sickness or air sickness.
Yes, or on a boat.
Seasickness.
Some people get really sick on a boat. But actually, sometimes people even can get motion sickness on like a roller coaster or even just the swings at the park.
Interesting.
Yeah, that happened to me not that long ago. I went on a swing for the first time in a very long time.
Yeah.
And I felt a little like, whoa, when I got down.
A little shaky, a little not quite right. Interesting. And I also know that some people, and I'm not sure if this is the same thing, but my wife experiences this. She feels sick when I'm playing computer games.
Oh, yes.
If I'm kind of running around one of those first-person FPS games, she cannot play those games.
Yes.
They make her feel sick as well, in the same kind of way that people might feel sick in a car, in a plane, on a boat, or even on a swing or a roller coaster. So let's find out all about this very interesting topic, motion sickness, and it's helpful too, and ways to fight it. So if you or anyone else has this problem, we will hopefully give you some good tips. Let's check it out.
You've worked hard all semester and can't wait to go on vacation with your family. However, after only a few hours in the car, you feel as sick as a dog. You've likely got motion sickness. But don't worry, this feeling won't last, and you'll be back to normal as soon as you stop moving. Motion sickness can happen to anyone when the brain receives mixed signals. For example, when you're reading in a car, your inner ears sense that your body is moving, but your eyes are focused on the words. This can result in nausea, headaches, or feeling dizzy.
All right, so yes, we have our title there, Motion Sickness and Ways to Fight It. Motion is just moving. It's being in motion or being not in the same place. So when you're walking, when you're riding a bike, when you're on a horse, when you're in a car, you are in motion and you might feel sickness. So we're going to talk about that and ways to fight it, ways that you can helpfully stop feeling motion sickness. Let's get into the article. It says, you've worked hard all semester and can't wait to go on vacation with your family. Well, we have a whole other semester to work. It's the beginning of the semester now, but yes, eventually it will be holiday time again and you will get to go on vacation with your family. Sadly, only after this semester. What is a semester? This is what we call one part of a full school year. In most places in the world, school will run from something like September through to June or July, from the fall to the summer. But that school year will often be broken up into 2 or maybe 3 semesters. And after the end of each semester, you'll probably have a lot of big exams. You might even change your teachers from one semester to another. For example, we have a new history teacher this semester.
Yes, and so now you've finished your semester. You're super excited because you get to go on vacation. But as we see in the article, it says, however, after only a few hours in the car, you feel as sick as a dog. Oh, that's not fun. So you must be driving to your vacation destination, and now in the car, you're starting to feel really uncomfortable. And it says you've likely got motion sickness. So we can use this phrase, feel as sick as a dog. That just means you feel very uncomfortable. I'm not really sure why we say as a dog. I don't think dogs are usually that sick, but
it's true.
That's just a phrase that we have in English. Say, I feel as sick as a dog. And that just means very uncomfortable.
There you go, yeah. Cats throw up more than a dog does.
I would agree with that too, yes.
Interesting one. Yeah, but yes, you will definitely not feel very good if you have this feeling of motion sickness. It's really, really not a comfortable feeling when you have this problem. But don't worry, it says. This feeling won't last. So it's not permanent. It will go away eventually. It won't last. And you'll be back to normal as soon as you stop moving. Well, yes, the feeling won't last, but it will last as long as you're in the car or on the boat or wherever you are. That's the bad news. But the good news is, as it says, you'll be back to normal. You'll feel good again. You will stop feeling this sickness feeling. As soon as you stop moving, as soon as you get out of that car or get off that boat or whatever. But for the time that you're actually traveling, this doesn't really help you.
Yes, and so you might have to ask your parents, can we just take a little break and get out? I remember lots of road trips where we had to let my brothers get out of the car and stand on the side of the road.
Roll down the window a little bit, get some fresh air.
Yes, and so as it says, motion sickness can happen to anyone when the brain receives mixed signals. So your brain receives signals from your body that tell you different things, because a signal is just a message that is sent that carries information or a warning or just anything that you might need to know. Of course, there are like radio signals and things like that. But when we're talking about your body, you are sending signals to your brain, or your brain is sending signals to your hands to move, and it might tell you, hey, you're hungry, you're thirsty. And if your brain is getting signals that are not really matching up, then you might feel motion sickness. And so here we have the word signal. The example sentence says, when you're hungry, your stomach sends a signal to your brain to say, hello, we should probably go eat, I'm hungry. So that is this use of signal when we're talking about our body.
Yeah, the body usually sends very clear signals, right? Ouch, that hurts, I'm thirsty, I'm tired, but mixed signals can be rather confusing, can't they? So let's go over to my favorite person in the world, Hanny.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这2天的课程是关于 motion sickness 动晕症，这个俗称晕车、晕机、晕船等等。那么 sickness 它是指恶心、呕吐的意思。课文一开始有描述一个情境，就是你努力了一整个学期，迫不及待要跟家人去度假，可是才坐在车子里面几个小时就觉得恶心想吐，这很有可能就是晕车了。不过这种感觉不会持续太久，一旦停止移动，你就会恢复正常了。那会有动晕症是因为大脑它接收到混乱的讯号，而且任何人都有可能会出现动晕症。我们先来看看单字 semester。Semester 它是名词，表示学期。那么 signal 这个名词则表示信号、暗号。文中它有用到 as sick as a dog， 它是惯用语，是指感到恶心不舒服，吐得很厉害，尤其是因为胃部不舒服、不适或者是生病。好，那我们这边要介绍的是 as 形容词 as， 或者是 as 副词 as 点点点，这是表达跟什么一样怎么样。那这是形容词或副词的原级比较句型。第二个 as 后面可以接名词或子句，那么子句的动词如果跟前面相同，可以把它省略掉，或者是用助动词代替。我们这边看2个例句。Mental health is as important as physical health. 心理健康与生理健康一样重要。Humans can't run as fast as cheetahs. 人类没办法跑得跟猎豹一样快。好，那我们接回到课文中。
All right, we are back. Do you see those mixed signals I used when we were talking about Hanny? I really like Hanny. right? So if I shake my head and go, I really like her, that's kind of a mixed signal. And that's what your body is doing when you're feeling motion sickness. It says, for example, when you're reading in a car, your inner ears sense that your body is moving, but your eyes are focused on the words. Okay, so these are the different signals your body is picking up or receiving, even if you're not really thinking about it, as you're reading in that car. Without even looking outside, your inner ears sense, or they know, they can feel that your body is moving in the same way that if you stand on one foot, your inner ears start to help your balance, or if you're spinning around, your inner ears are knowing, even with your eyes closed, you can understand what's going on. But when you're reading something, your eyes are focused on the words, and the words, they're not moving as much as your body is and as much as your brain thinks you should be, right? Your body is getting these mixed signals from your eyes and your ears. They're sending incorrect or at least wrong, opposite information. This is when your eyes are focused on the words. Now, if you focus your eyes outside, that might be a little bit different. But to focus something is basically to look at something and to make sure your eyes see it clearly. Sometimes if you wake up or if the sun's in your eyes or you're reading something and it's very, very small, it's hard to focus. You might have to put on glasses, you might have to rub your eyes and just look a bit more carefully. Give your eyes a chance to really see that thing clearly. For example, her eyes are focused on the computer screen.
Yes, and so if you are feeling this way, this can result in nausea, headaches, or feeling dizzy. So again, it really is just very uncomfortable. You know you're not about to get a cold or something like that, but you really don't feel well. No. And feeling dizzy is one of the most annoying feelings I think you can feel, and that is an adjective that just means everything kind of feels like it's moving. You feel a little off balance, like you might fall down, your head might feel like it's spinning. It's very uncomfortable. Some people get dizzy if they stand up too quickly, like in our example sentence, it says, Bob gets dizzy when he stands up too quickly. Some people might get dizzy if they sleep too much or they don't drink enough water. There's all kinds of reasons that you might feel dizzy, and unfortunately, it's just really not fun, but can show up almost whenever. So not a fun feeling.
Definitely not a comfortable feeling. No, let's go over to Hanny right now.
当我们的大脑接收到混乱的讯号时，其实任何人都有可能会出现动晕症。举例来说，当你在车上阅读，那你的内耳感觉到身体在移动，可是眼睛却专注在文字，这可能就会导致恶心、头痛或是头晕。我们来看单字 focus。Focus 是动词，它表示使聚焦、使集中于，常常会用 be focused on 加上名词来表达专注于什么什么。Dizzy 这个形容词是表达头晕目眩的，那么 nausea 它表示恶心、呕吐感。再补充一下 inner ear 它表示内耳，就是负责听觉还有维持身体的平衡感。好，这边要一个重点，我们来学一下 result in 它表示导致产生什么样的结果，那后面就是要接结果。result in 它的意思跟 lead to 相同。举例来说， Internet addiction may result in sleep problems 网络成瘾可能会导致睡眠问题。那我们接着回到课文中。
Okay, we are back. So that's the first part of the article. Let's move on to the second part and find out more about motion sickness and what we can do about it.
It also works the other way around when your inner ears don't sense motion, but your eyes do. When you are looking out the window in a moving vehicle, for example, you don't even have to be moving to experience motion sickness. Some people get it while playing video games or using virtual reality headsets. As long as one of the two senses feels like it's in motion while the other doesn't, you can get that sick feeling in your stomach.
All right, we are back finding out why you might feel motion sickness in a car, on a boat, in an airplane. It all comes down to mixed messages, mixed signals your brain is getting. Let's find out more. It says motion sickness, it also works the other way around when your inner ears don't sense motion, but your eyes do. Okay, so this is kind of the opposite of what we said before. Your inner ears know you're moving, but your eyes are looking at what you're reading or your cell phone. But if the opposite is true, you can have the same experience. For example, when you are looking out the window in a moving vehicle, for example. So all sorts of things are going on here that can cause you to feel motion sickness. And it can happen, as it says there, in any vehicle, in any moving vehicle. What is a vehicle? It's just a machine that we ride in that gives us transportation of some kind. It can be a very simple vehicle like a skateboard or a bicycle, but of course we would generally think of cars, buses, trains, airplanes, things like that, motorcycles as well. Anything that basically you get on, you ride, and it allows you to travel further and faster is a vehicle of some kind. For example, the police stopped the vehicle for speeding. We don't know if it's a motorcycle or a truck or a bus or a car. Doesn't really matter. I'm guessing it's not an airplane.
Probably not.
They don't usually stop airplanes.
No, that might be a fighter jet trying to stop them.
That would be a tough job. Yes. All right, let's go over to Hanny.
刚刚说在车上阅读，你的内耳感觉身体在移动，可是眼睛却专注在文字，这可能就会导致恶心、头痛或头晕。那反过来也是如此，像是在移动的车辆上看向窗外，那你的内耳没有感觉到移动，可是你的眼睛却感觉到了。我们来看一下单字 vehicle 表示车辆或交通工具。那这边还用到一个重点是 the other way around， 这表示反过来，恰恰相反，以相反的方式。这个片语接在某个陈述后面，用来表达相反或是对调的情况。例如I thought Jake wanted to break up with his girlfriend, but it was actually the other way around. 我以为 Jake 想要跟他的女朋友分手，但事实恰恰相反。好，接回到课文中。
Okay, so we are back. And so, like we just said, this mixed messages can go either way. So if your inner ear does not feel like you're moving, but your eyes seem like they're moving, that can also make you feel sick, which is what this next part talks about when it says you don't even have to be moving to experience motion sickness. Some people get it while playing video games or using virtual reality headsets. So yes, if your eyes feel like you're moving, but your inner ear says, wait, we're still standing still, that can be very confusing. And I know a lot of people who have tried virtual reality, myself included. You feel really dizzy because I feel really dizzy because it feels very confusing to my brain that I'm not actually where I am, where my eyes see that I am. It's very confusing.
And did that happen very quickly, that feeling?
Oh,
so
yes.
Imagine
like
if you were
2 steps, I was already dizzy.
Imagine if you're playing a game for an hour, you could feel dizzy, you could feel sick, you could have a real case of motion sickness. And it's all about those mixed and confusing messages that your brain is getting from the world around you. It says as long as one of the two senses feels like it's in motion while the other doesn't, you can get that sick feeling in your stomach. There we go, those mixed messages. All right, time for Hanny. Let's go check out what she's got to tell us.
课文接着提到，你甚至不需要移动就能经历动晕症。有些人玩电玩或者是使用这种虚拟实境头戴式装置时也会晕。只要你的这两种感官其中一种感到移动，另一个却没有，那你的胃就会感到不适了。好，文中的 virtual reality 表示虚拟现实，常常缩写为 VR。那么 headset 它表示头戴式装置，是那种有附麦克风的头戴式耳机。这边还用到一个重点，那我们来学一下 as long as 主词加动词，表示只要点点点。as long as 它是引导条件副词子句，描述未来条件时，这个副词子句要用现在式代替未来式。例如 as long as you follow the rules, you won't get into trouble. 只要你守规矩，就不会惹上麻烦了。好，那我们接着回到课文中。
And we are back. So we'll review the article just a little bit again, and then we will see you guys next time with the stuff I'm really interested in, and I'm sure you are too, how we can maybe not fix it, but at least make motion sickness not so bad for ourselves next time we have to travel somewhere. So come back and check that out along with us. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
You've worked hard all semester and can't wait to go on vacation with your family. However, after only a few hours in the car, you feel as sick as a dog. You've likely got motion sickness. But don't worry, this feeling won't last, and you'll be back to normal as soon as you stop moving. Motion sickness can happen to anyone when the brain receives mixed signals. For example, when you're reading in a car, your inner ears sense that your body is moving, but your eyes are focused on the words. This can result in nausea, headaches, or feeling dizzy. It also works the other way around when your inner ears don't sense motion, but your eyes do. When you are looking out the window in a moving vehicle, for example, you don't even have to be moving to experience motion sickness. Some people get it while playing video games or using virtual reality headsets. As long as one of the two senses feels like it's in motion while the other doesn't, you can get that sick feeling in your stomach.
最后，我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 semester 名词，它表示学期 ；signal 名词表示信号、暗号 ；focus 动词表示使聚焦、使集中于 ；dizzy 是形容头晕目眩的。Vehicle 表示车辆或是交通工具，是个名词。那文法的部分，我们第一个学到 as 形容词 as 或是 as 副词 as 点点点，这表示跟什么什么一样怎么样。那么第二个 as 后面可以接名词或子句，子句的动词跟前面相同的话，可以省略掉，或者是用助动词代替。好，第二个学到的是 result in， 它表示导致、产生什么样的结果。第三个我们学到 the other way around， 这表示反过来，恰恰相反，以相反的方式。第四个我们学到 as long as 主词加动词，这表示只要点点点。那么 as long as 是引导条件副词子句，在描述未来条件时，副词子句要用现在式代替未来式。好，那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Vendors are people or companies that offer things for sale, and Xizhi Market is full of vendors selling all kinds of awesome things. Let's find out more about the Xizhi Market. Xizhi Market is close to the Xizhi train station. The shopping environment is comfortable. The stands are in good order. Vendors sell fresh food like meats, hot dishes, and local fruits and vegetables. The market is open from the afternoon until the evening. When the market opens, it quickly fills with people. Both office workers and housewives love shopping here. Xizhi Market is quite popular among all types of people because there's so many delicious food items available at all the different vendors. It makes my tummy grumble just thinking about it. See you at the Xizhi Market!